Hi everyone, this is David with eminitradingstrategies.com. Today is November 29th, 2011. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving weekend. I know I did. I had a lot of time to spend with my kids and my family. It's just a great time for me. I love the holiday season and looking forward to the next several weeks of the holidays. Well, holiday season, I gear down a little bit and I don't trade as much. And Black Friday, I did not trade, and I get a lot of emails from students saying, "Man, it was a great day. You should have been in there." And Monday, well, got to take family back to the airport and polish the weekend off basically, and just didn't have time to even look at a chart. Um, I don't feel like I missed anything because every day is a new trading opportunity. The markets are always going to be there. I remember back in 2008 when we were trading down in the 600s, I had a lot of emails about, do you think the market's going to go to zero? No, if it does, we got bigger fish to fry. So markets are always going to be there. If I miss a couple days here and there, or I take vacation, hey, that's what life's all about. We live to live. We don't live to work. We work so we can live better. So that's the way I look at it. So when I take a few days off, that's fine. I'm glad we did have a great trading day on Friday, and I'm glad we had a great trading day on Monday. In fact, if you've been following my blog, you know that we've had several Mondays in a row that started off with losing trades. Now that's okay. I mean, that's no big deal. Losing trades are part of the business. But it just seemed that every Monday for the last couple months in September, we were starting off with losers and we had to recover, and we still make our profit. But I do know that yesterday, we finally had a one and done day, and we had a lot of good winning trades. So that was nice, but I wasn't there to trade it. But I was here today to trade, and let's talk about today. All right, first trade after the opening bell was an NSE short. Now this is a good trade, and a lot of my students grabbed it. Some did not get it, and let me explain why. When I enter orders, I enter on limit. And I go to the worst possible price that I'm willing to take a trade, which happened to be right here at the closing and opening price right here, and I enter my limit order. Most of the time, the price is above it for a short trade, and I get filled instantly, either at my price or sometimes one or two ticks better. Well, get filled on it. Some did not, and I'll explain that, and so I'll go ahead and explain it now. Normally, because they weren't as fast on the trigger, market opened up a little bit weak, but moving quickly, and if they just weren't ready for it and placed the order, they put the order in, but they weren't able to get filled. So if you put the order when the bar was over here, there's no way you could have got filled on it over here. So they missed a trade. But again, a good portion of us got this trade. Now, what's the target on this? Well, at least 4 ticks. I did a webinar last week, or maybe it was the week after, and a lot of questions about the risk versus reward. And I understand that's a big concern, and I try to show that we don't just try to get 4 ticks, although there's nothing wrong with 4 ticks profit. Okay, if you're trading 10 contracts, making $500, and you're working a couple minutes a day, I don't know who's going to complain about that. If you've got the capital to trade 20 contracts, 30 contracts, God bless you, that's great too. If you want to trade for more than 1 point a day, that's fine too. But I realize that our risk reward starts off, if you're risking 8 and only going for 4, I understand, okay? But our trades win 70% of the time, so it's not that big of an issue. And we don't just take 4 ticks off of our trades, okay? After 4 ticks of positive price movement, our stop loss goes to break even. Now we're risking nothing. Maybe a tick on slippage, which seldom happens, but for the most part, 0 on the trade. And conviction allows us to stay in the trade longer. So many of my students got 6 plus ticks on this short normal system entry. Okay, so really the risk reward is not bad at all. All right, when you tie up the fact that we take our break even down, we go for at least 4 ticks, and we win 70% of the time of our trades, that adds up pretty good in my book. Okay, because, well, anyways, let me move on. All right, let's continue on and talk about this long NSC. This may appear to some as a losing trade, but it's not. It filled right here. It went 7 ticks against us. Now our maximum stop loss is 8 ticks on an NSE. Came really close and then bounced. Well, to a non-student, they may say, well, what about the short NSE? Doesn't that mean you have to reverse? No. We have an NSE signal and we have a reversal signal. Basically, this is how it works. When we're in any one position, in this case the long NSE, we disregard any other signal the system may have until the trade is resolved, whether a stop loss or break even or profit. So just because we came down here and had a short NSE does not mean we reverse. We have a different signal that is a reversal signal that never happened. Never. It was close. It was close to getting stopped out, but it never happened. So if you're trading here and you got your point, 6 ticks, 2 points, and you wanted to continue on to make more profit, or maybe you missed a trade, you didn't lose on this one. This was a winning trade. Okay, it came close, never happened, shot back up, and then made profit. Now I want to talk about this short NSC. Well, this trade's not valid, and this is one of the great things about the tick trader system. Okay, anybody can compile some indicators and put them on a screen and find some really good trades. That's cool. I get it. Well, what makes us different is that we have filters, because we know NSCs, we cannot just trade every NSC and expect to win every time. That's why we have no zone. That's why we have a long-term filter. Okay, well, our long-term filter went long right around this area. And I don't have the chart up, but trust me, it did. And therefore, during that time, we do not take any short trades. And in fact, we try to get long with the long-term filter, and that enhances our long trades. And here's a great example of that. Right? There was no position here unless you jumped out here with 5, 6 ticks profit here, whatever, and you're out of that trade. Short NSC happens, it's not valid. Long-term filters and its 3 long bars, it's disregarded, not valid, and that's one of the factors that help us avoid losing trades is our long-term filter. So this trade looks bad, we didn't take it, our long-term filter saved us, allowed us to take this long NSC instead and ride that up for a very nice 2-point gain. So here it is, 9:53 in the morning, and we have at least a 2-point winner, at least a 1-point winner, and another 1+ point winner. So if you average it out 6 ticks each, you can do the math. Okay, our risk reward again initially doesn't look all that well, because a lot of people get the misbelief that we only take 4 ticks a trade. They say, well, if you're only taking 4 ticks but you're losing 8, every time you lose you got to make 2 winners to break even. That's not the case. All right, most of our recovery trades, and most of our trades for that matter, are at least 4 ticks, if not more. Some of our trades target 8 to 12 ticks. But again, we start with 8 ticks and we quickly move that down. And that's important, because that's a question that you should ask. That's a very viable question. And I want it to be very understood, so there are no questions about it. So in any event, if you do have further questions, feel free to get in touch with me. Thanks for watching.